And welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Together Rolling.
Yeah! Bum, 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 bum.
Good day, good salutations, and I hope you're doing well. We got some stuff to do. We got some dramatic things that I didn't want to do because I'm not looking forward to the conversation, but we got to do it.
Wow.
Because...
You know it's going to be a great game, and the DM's like, I didn't want to do this.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things like, it's like, I want to be happy! But now I have to get sad and emotional and play with my father's heart as it beats my hand. Anyway. Yeah, I know that sounds weird, but go with it. So, apart from that, Corinne Mill. I want to say hello to her and check her out. Her pictures, I mean.
Yeah. Jeez, Nick. Like, why do you always do that? Wow. Wow.
I missed
wow.
it. What?
Oh.
Check her out, not check out her work.
I know.
Well, you should see campaign 1 what he says, okay?
Okay.
Just tune in for that.
No. The thing is,
You're blushing more than he is.
I come from Renaissance Pleasure Fair. It's hard to make me blush.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Alright. Check out her work. She does amazing work, and she's currently working on 2 new pictures for Brian and Tanya.
Yeah.
And she's working with us through and through, and she is... I'm excited, and I hope you're excited too. So, check out her work. She's amazing, she's awesome, and I will preach her name every time I have a chance. In a good sense. Apart from that, do we have others that we
let's see.
talk about?
Well, we've got some new prop stuff coming in, where we can do a different movement of our maps.
Oh, about that, yeah.
So stay tuned because I don't know whether or not that'll be debuted on this episode, but it's out there. So we're going to have different ways to do that. We also have some.
I might be able to touch my miniatures. Yeah. That sounds so wrong, but I don't know.
Once you get that looked at.
Oh no. You realize when you insult him that way, you insult me that way?
What? Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
Could be matrilineal, you don't know.
Yeah.
So, I know we have some additional set dressing and stuff that's coming in. So anyway, we're always looking to make this much more amazing
elaborate.
and more elaborate and more amazing every single
More
episode.
buttons, more lights.
So, let's see. What else? With that, shall we kick it off?
Yes. Sorry, I was attempting to fix one thing on my little setup.
Okay. I will. Well, if we kick it off, you'll have a whole minute.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Oh no.
You should have just cut it there.
God.
Let's get to another episode of Together We Roll, everyone.
Yeah.
Intro.
All right.
This is the thing about doing it on a schedule. Hi! Sorry for headphone users.
Come on, Nick. Damn.
I project, and I'm sorry. I forget that. Hey, but
Yeah, I can lower the mic again so that you can.
it's not. It's not gonna help. It's only a temporary band-aid. So, back to it. With a little bit of explanation so that we can get back into character and also back into this heavy situation.
Alright, wait, hang on. I can get back into character. Fuck! God damn it! Alright.
Maybe I should get a button for the bleep sound.
Yeah, well, I'll just name it Drake.
So, the Silver Menagerie. What you guys named yourself. And don't worry, Nathan / Sparks shall be here in a moment. He's currently doing Mad Max down the freeway. Safely. The Silver Menagerie. You were at a dwarven forged city. You were chased out due to having some peculiar connections with the Tempered Eyes. But after getting onto the sky ship, you were quickly able to. You quickly found out, much faster than expected, that it was prepared before your even planned departure. You found listening devices on yourselves. One of you knowing who this person is, as Drake's mother had clear workings in this greater plan that you have yet to fully discover of what she desires. But that did not stop you. You are still heading towards the hidden city of the Warforged. The nation
named. Hang on, I used.
The nation known as Hartkern.
Hartkern?
Hartkern. Africanese for steel heart. I know I'm pronouncing it terribly, but I do not speak Africanese.
Keep going.
In the midst of the panic, as you guys had several conversations and / played with a very strange and slightly murderous plan, Drake decided to go check on the engines, while the other person, while Nicholas made sure the captain stayed in his place, and he did. In the efforts of not having the sky drop out of the sky, the sky ship not to drop out of the sky, as you began to open up the engine and try to, tinker with it, as you are very good at tinkering, the cleric of change, came over and decided to do a very small percentage chance and do, not channel divinity, but do divine intervention. And surprise, it worked! And did a mass teleportation, teleporting you guys all 800 miles further to your destination. Pretty much going flat in terms of light speed. This changed things dramatically and brought on the prospect of the butterfly effect in full motion. But the universe's powers give and then they take. As you rolled for the weather and the surroundings and basically a random encounter, you got one of the worst types of situations that happen. In the middle of a mana storm, quite literally, that has special properties to flying entities like a sky ship that can either superpower it or make it drop out of the sky. Stick into the motion. At the same time, a rock attacked. And then a dragon attacked, along with its wyvern's pets.
We rolled a mana storm, a rock, and a black dragon.
But you did not roll the worst mana storm.
Okay, all right.
Be lucky.
But still, it was the perfect storm. Oh, God.
Needless to say, the ship was torn apart as acid was breathed upon it and into it, as pretty much the right side of the ship was peeled apart as the acid did its work. As you began to fall out of the sky, the final blow to the dragon that did not want to die was relentless in its rage. Ek did the final blow to this flying, black, terrible draconic enemy.
I mean, quick point. We also lost a team member.
Yes.
Yeah.
Though the loss was minimal, you still lost a feathered friend known as Nico, the Goblin Chicken
Acquaintance.
Distant.
Hey, I could relate to him. He's someone that didn't.
They're both, champions of the arena.
Yeah.
They
had
were.
a bond.
They were.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
But now there's only one champion of the arena.
And we're looked at like we're just an animal. And I am not an animal.
Is this what Eck is feeling while he was scrunched up into his turtle shell as he was falling out of the sky on the sky ship? Just
I'm sorry.
psychological.
We gotta get
analysis.
Eck like a weather vane or something. Like I'm in the air so often, I thought I'd start paying attention. You
There you
know.
go. Anyway, the ship fell out of the sky. However, due to some impressive flying skills to the captain and also the dwarves that were defending this vessel, it did not just hit the side of the mountain. It was maneuvered and skipped like a stone across the river that you were aiming towards. Though you were not planning to land at this point, it was still a soft-ish crash landing, as you guys quickly abandoned ship.
Some of us before it started going down.
You guys converged and found out that there were only about 3 casualties against a rock and a black dragon and 2 wyverns.
In a hard
Same
place.
time. In a hard place, yes. And then a surprise inspection. Sparks, out of nowhere, brought everyone standing up, even though they were waterlogged, slightly still panicking, but stealing their nerves based off of what they went through and still survived. You found a doppelganger. Forced it out of its hiding, whatever it was doing. Connections to, not the Tempered Eye, but to a specific family member.
Your mom's a bitch.
I could have told you. I told you that 3 episodes ago.
Gathered information forcefully.
Did we know that she's one of us? Like, did that actually? I don't recall that actually being.
He said that,
Oh.
and then I remember I replicated your mother's voice talking
Oh,
to you.
yeah.
Yeah,
and
it was definitely brought up, yeah. And then you want
my
to
first use of actor.
Yeah. On that, you want him on his head.
Right.
He did not fight him. But
Well-
especially one that was drilling his head, it was a gift. Based off of the fear that was...
By the way, the next time that we're doing an interrogation and kill the guy thing, we should feed it to the plant. The plant's hungry.
Why to stop eating? It's full.
You know,
I suddenly have this idea of dangling someone out, like with a rope around their ankles, head first over this itty bitty little potted plant, going.
Well,
do
you
it.
might have a chance. You might have a chance.
if
As-
ever I find myself feeling that I might be too brutal when I bite things with my jaw and relentlessly do not let go,
That
I'll
is
just
true.
remind myself that I know you.
Oh, there you go. But you might have a chance to test that out as, unfortunately, a brother. That was always keeping in the background, almost at that time sitting like a child that was reprimanded. God, you're a brother man. Jawless, but had a bandana on, and is unable to speak anymore. You two thinking, or at least you, thinking that you escaped your slavery camp. Finding out that he still works for the Empire. He came out saying this. Sorrowful and grief-ridden. Emotions started to dwell up as we ended last game. As the rain is still pitter-pattering from the ground all the way up to the sky in this strange, magic-filled storm, as various bits of lightning dance across the dark sky, these fires, barely lit, with basically tarps on the ground, like upside-down tents, in order to keep the rain from hitting people from underneath, from these waterlogged dwarves. Eck takes a couple packs off his mess of backpacks, like a traveling merchant. Goes over one of the areas that is not currently being spat constantly. And brings out a couple pieces of paper, followed by a hefty-looking scroll case. And hands it over.
Can I trust you? How do I know that these words are not something that will wipe my mind or do some harm to me?
He's still holding the paper. Did you take it?
Yes.
Okay.
Took it.
There is a neatly, very fine piece of paper, parchment. But they're not normal to parchment, but this one's like thinner. So it's like definitely a higher grade piece of paper. And it has 3 stamps on it. No symbols, just has the wheels and eyes.
The stamps being like with ink, like someone, or they,
Like sealing wax.
Or like sealing wax. Okay.
But that has no symbols. It's just
right.
like basic. It's sealed it 3 times, but there's no
Okay.
like.
So it's sealed with what are those? A letter wax? What is it?
It's called sealing wax.
Yeah, sealing wax. Okay. Right.
And I think that's Nathan. Right. He hands it over and still holds the case. Hands it to you. He just
Thieves' tools appear in my hands.
he places it down on the floor.
Thank you. I'm glad everybody's starting to pay attention. All right.
What you see before you as you start to investigate the.
I'm just holding it right now. Is there?
Oh,
it's
Sparks, we
folded.
just started.
Good. Yeah, we're running a bit late tonight. That's fine.
Yeah, it happens. You see a fine scroll case, about this big, but a little wider than you normally expect. And what's also unusual about it is that it has very similar to like wax seals, but it's actually made out of molten metal, of 3 massive seals across the line of the scroll that has various bits of metal leather going through it, as if it was the actual seals are the things that are holding it down.
Okay, I'm gonna tog it, pick it up, put it back into. I imagine I still have my little detect magic circle running.
Oh, it is definitely magic.
Okay, I'm gonna run it over and sit it down, and we're gonna begin our analysis.
Okay,
So-
and we'll say that this is starting to come to the end of the detect magic because multiple things were happening.
Right. So while that's happening, I'm gonna do some point conversion to.
You can do that all you want.
And I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts on Ga.
Okay.
And I'm going to help with the talking, because this seems to be one of those situations where you lied and he's heartbroken and the lack of jaw is inhibiting this.
He
So
brings up his fingers.
yes. So if you will talk and I'll talk. So ask him things, because your brother is apparently not your brother based on your definition of brother. So
Oh, that's right. We're here.
yeah.
So I'm holding this letter, and
This
so
is where we are.
how long did you were able to talk to him?
I don't know. Like 10 minutes or something?
I think it's
10
limited.
turns?
This is a very interesting time. Am I allowed to bring up the
Is it-
ball?
My phone is upstairs. Oh, that's it. Thank you.
Hey, I've got it open. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, how long does that last?
For the duration. No shit. 1 minute.
1 minute. So I better not open this now. First
This
off,
is going to take you a while to read it.
and I'm really concerned about opening it at all. I don't know what to think or know or anything about you. I mean, everything we've been through, and everything that
Those two.
you have so many secrets, and
Take it from someone who's spent a lot of time getting his brain fucked with. Start from first principles. What do you believe? Do you believe he intended to harm you?
Did you intend to harm him?
A different voice in his head. No.
Much higher pitched.
So he didn't mean to harm you. Were you trying to protect him and did bad?
And so much more.
What is so much more?
This is his interrogation, not yours.
The note will say everything.
I only hear her side of the
Right, yeah, I
conversation.
know.
Is the
So,
note going to blow up or enchant him or do anything with his brain?
He just shakes his head and is like, no.
Okay, so the note is safe for you to open, and he's saying the note is going to explain everything. I have one more,
Oh, it's
instance.
going to explain. I see. He wrote it so that I could understand.
Can we call
Could
this?
understand.
Is this gossplaining?
This is, it's gossplaining to explaining.
Or not a gospel.
Yes. And, yeah, you're a man, right? So you can be mansplained too.
I mage hand smack him just upside the back of the head for that.
Sure.
Okay.
It's about a barely 10-pound push for you. It's like, huh?
You ever been hit in the head with a 5-pound weight though?
It's one of
The
those
barbarian
just
that takes acid and just laughs.
right. It's one of those situations of like distract him enough to get him to stop talking. I'm not trying to hurt or anything. But okay, so you read. I'm gonna keep asking him questions because I have questions and you need to read, and then we'll do this again. What?
Can he read?
Help him.
I can read Common and Dwarvish. And Aquan.
Gotcha. Aquan's right.
I don't know. I've never seen him read before.
So
And 7 other languages that I have yet to learn.
nice. Is what you did going to hurt us in the immediate?
Oh, I can answer that.
She takes a moment and thinks.
Answer is yes.
No.
Okay.
What did he say?
Read your paper. We'll do this later. So, should we leave you here when we go to our next place? For our safety. I don't care about yours.
The scroll severs my connection from them.
Which scroll?
He points towards
You
the
don't
scroll
know.
that
You didn't get to hear this.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But he does point toward the scroll that is in front of you.
What does severing your connection do?
No more paperwork.
Will they come looking for you?
Yes.
Do you have any guarantee that they don't have another way to find you?
No.
So you're dangerous to us no matter what.
Yes.
I think we're close to time
And
on questions.
Okay.
I was wondering if you were using a timer.
oh yeah, I got loads of these things back here.
Start one timer at a time.
Okay. So, debrief for everyone who wasn't in his head. Because you guys are slow. I needed to go fast. The scroll can break his connection with the people who want to hunt you. He has no guarantee that they can't find him, and he knows that they will come looking for him. So, he's a liability, 100%. The scroll that you have, the read it scroll, you need to read it, because I don't know what's in it. I was dealing with logistics.
Right. I take my big old claw and just loosely pop each wax seal.
Hear the light in the distance.
That was me. Sorry.
I
Insight?
And a snore?
On the paper?
On him, because he said that was me. And I have grown suspicious of all of his claims.
I'm not gonna make you roll. It's up to you.
That's
How
illegal.
convincing were you?
I open it up and look at it from as far as my arms will reach, and I'm unsure of what. I've never been unsure of you ever, Ga, and now I don't know. You say one thing, but you do another, and you do another thing. Then you make me feel, and I don't know what I'm going to find in this letter. So that's why I'm scared about opening it. But I will open it, and I flip open the page.
It is awkward.
So, he said to say one thing and do another. Doesn't he do that every time he's going to be stealthy? Like, is that a different kind of lie?
I think intent is where
Oh, okay, thank you.
You've taken a few moments to read this. It is a lengthy one. As it begins to read, it's almost as if you're reading a death note.
Reading
A death note.
like I'm reading something at his funeral. Kind of
Like a note that you find on a dead body.
Oh, all right.
Sorrowful, but it does explain a little bit.
Am I able to read it instead of you? I mean, can I read it instead of you? I know you've got your notes there, but...
I didn't make it readable because I didn't have enough time to actually make it as a note.
Right.
But only top. If you
Right,
flip a new
right.
page, I'm going to come and hit
Right, to the bottom right here.
the top. Yeah.
To-
No. Yeah.
I haven't read anything yet.
You can basically read the inner one and down.
Okay, so nothing up here.
Nothing up there.
Okay, these bullet points. That's what I can read.
Yes.
All right.
What are you doing with the scroll?
So, schools of magic, what am I looking at?
It's nothing as specific, and there's layers of magic. As far as right away, your passive investigation will allow that right away because you're very good at what you do. As far as you can tell, this is not a normal, keep your scrolls from getting wet kind of deal.
Okay.
Based off what you can see, there are 3 separate enchantments on it. And before you do that, make an investigation check.
Okay. I'm throwing guidance on this sucker.
Okay.
That's an 18, that's a 3, so that's 21 to start.
Okay.
And then investigation that turns into a 28.
So after guidance, it's 28.
After guidance.
That's what I needed.
Who's here? I'm sorry. Wait, over here.
Everyone is pretty much here, and including the crew that are currently lined up.
The crew was told to move away after we disintegrated the doppelganger.
Didn't disintegrate watermelon, but sure. They're back
We
now.
turned his head into a canoe.
Yeah. Before we get to that,
Name of the episode. Turn his head into a canoe.
what you find on this roll, each metal seal, then you see the seal of the royal crown, the seal of the tempered eye, and the seal of the general seal that is, for you know this, of the pillars of strength.
Okay.
And you notice that each one has base magical runes that represent numbers around each and every one, like a combination. And on your schools of magic, you would understand that this is like a locking mechanism. Magically, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first enchantment, or those 3 that hold everything together. The second one is... check the school of magic.
If you're going to explain what it does, then we can skip the school of magic.
No, this is just the school of magic. This is the... It would be conjuration, and the last one that you find deeper inside, very subtle and almost masked compared to everything else, near the top of the scroll inside though, would be evocation.
Okay. So it blows up.
Possibly, but there's a lot of different things in evocation.
Hey, Ga, how do we open this thing?
He turns around and goes and starts wrestling in his pack, and before handing the note through the water that is currently dripping up, kind of covers it and then puts it in his hand.
I don't,
So
like,
this
I
is-
don't like being... Anyway.
Takes a tentacle, puts it underneath them, and then starts walking towards him.
He comes over and hands me the letter. No! You open it.
And he kind of hesitates. It is a series of 6 numbers.
Wait. 8, 4, 17, 3, 10, and...
No, these are different.
Oh.
If I can have my list back.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Can't Hemingway talk now?
He has the belt.
We haven't figured out whether it works on him. He and I can talk.
Right, but I was just... Right, we've been trying to figure out where does it go on an octopus.
You can just...
The numbers that you have are 25, 40, 30, 10, 2, 17.
You definitely got B, I, and N. There's nothing in the G and O columns.
Wow. Okay, I actually thought you were doing the 1 to 26 conversion
So did I.
like the alphabet in your head, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a skill!
Not really.
Well, she does know the number ranges for bingo.
Also, not a skill.
I mean, it could be.
You can hold your bingo kit. You know, you're gonna be really popular in the old ladies' home when you can hold the bingo card in your mind.
Goth sits down and kind of crosses his legs. Kind of looks at this. The intimidating force that is the powerhouse of sparks.
Alright, I'll open it.
I don't know what's going on here, so I'm going to just take out my little ball and start fiddling with that.
Public?
He brings out
Just a ball.
in his bag, from his bag holder, that he keeps on him, this size thing of what looks to be just metal ball,
Which
that
is-
you're currently preoccupied with something.
Yeah, sure.
Which is basically like kind of like this to me.
You're not that big.
It's a baseball.
Alright, I'll... Is it obvious how the numbers apply to the scroll?
You can see the numbers plain day on the scroll now, just in terms of arcane numbers.
Right. Okay, hit the numbers.
Okay.
What the hell?
First of all, there's only 3 seals on it.
Mm-hmm. And I have 6 numbers.
Yeah, you have 7 numbers. What do you do specifically?
Elemental sight. It'll tell you which 3.
I'm gonna start with the 20. So start with the...
There is no...
I know, hiccups. Let's start with the royal seal, and we will hit the 25 on it.
Okay. As soon as you touch it, it lights up with a dull little purple light.
Okay. And do the 40 on the next seal, which should be the tempered eye seal.
It lights up.
And
Is it the same color?
It is.
and the 30 on the pillar of strength.
It lights up. All 3 of them are still lit up.
So I was going to have 30 strength. What?
Yeah, right. Okay, so let's do the 10 on the royal seal.
It lights up.
And they're all the same color.
They're all the same
The
color.
2 on the tempered eye.
It lights up.
And the 17 on the pillars of strength. And Holden pointed at something else.
It lights up. And all the numbers, after a few moments, dim.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And then you hear like a contained charge.
You blew up the thing inside.
Oh.
And you see Goth.
We fucked it.
You couldn't have... Alright, whatever.
You know the code,
You've
right?
betrayed everyone here and lied to us continuously. I don't think you get to be snide in any capacity.
I'm with her on this one. That's rare.
So you just... So it destroyed itself?
Apparently.
So we have no clue. No.
I don't.
He takes out a couple of parchment papers to start writing. There was nothing in it anyway. It's already gone.
Why?
I didn't pull up.
Okay, so what does the thing do then?
He starts writing it down. And basically explains...
In common, please.
Yeah, he writes down in common, which he has.
No
And explains basically that this is a scroll that is used from various different departments of the Verosian network chain.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
You're familiar with a few of them. He does not know which chain of command that he reports to, but it does come to him directly.
Alright.
He makes your eyes go towards the top, and there's actually a symbol. And let me remind myself what symbol that we had. There's a symbol at the top of it that looks like it can be removed of what looks to be a little bit of a turtle shell on the back of it that has been pressed into it, but has been made out of metal. Explaining that at every dawn, papers get teleported to it. And every evening, at dusk, the papers are teleported from it to where it needs to go.
Shit.
Oh, that's... Ooh. Well, I'm keeping that.
We need to put stuff in that thing.
If you cast Identify on it, everything inside is incinerated.
Huh.
Oh.
If you get the code wrong, it incinerated. And then
So what's the right way to put the code in?
he takes it and actually takes the first two, 25 and 40,
Mm-hmm.
and drags his finger across from one room to the other as all the numbers light up. And then does the same thing with 30 to 10. Almost like turning like a dial on on one of those lockers. Very much like that.
And I will take it out of his hands before he does the third one, and I'll do the third one myself and hold it, pointing at something else.
You hear and the
Sorry.
the metal infused leather starts to slide out. Only slightly though, but definitely indication that it's unlocked. You open it up,
Followed by smoke.
a little bit of smoke. No ash though.
Alright. Totally.
And then you see the actual rune at the top of the actual scroll itself, basically a fireball.
Well, if that
Contain
isn't
the
a cute
fireball.
idea.
Well, it's not a true fireball, but it's enough to incinerate everything.
Okay, I will take that and I will stick that in my bag.
So were you saying that destroying the tube breaks your connection?
No. He's
Having it.
Having
He
it.
can't give instructions anymore and he can't send things back.
And here's the... yes, even I get that. I get it now.
I still don't.
Do we know if
Yes.
that can even be
If you want
tracked?
to deactivate it, take off the symbol at the top of the scroll.
I don't want to deactivate it. I don't want to.
The thing is, if he stops sending information back,
There it is.
that's the problem, right?
So we send wrong information.
Right. So your question is a good one, whether or not they can track this, but I'm sorry to say we
Do
slept.
you know what he's been doing for the Verosian Empire?
Well, no, I don't yet. We'll get to that in a minute. My point is that we collectively have been in their remotest clutches for pretty much since we got to Gardoon. They can track us. They know who we are. They have our. They had your papers for. Okay, well,
They don't have them anymore.
they know who they are. They know who I am.
They even know who Ep is.
I am one of the last of my kind. It's kind of hard to miss me.
My point.
And
Well, according to you all, I'm
Right.
quite distinct. I still don't think that implies knowledge.
They know.
We know they're tracking us. We know they're tracking us. Destroying a potentially useful source of information doesn't change the fact that they're tracking us.
He points towards the deceased body of the doppelganger.
What's left of it.
does he have one? Did he have one of those scroll things?
He did actually have a thing of numbers. Hang on. 8, 4, 17, 3, 10, 1, 8. That's more numbers. Okay.
We put him into the circle of detect magic, and the other thing I was on it
I only
was.
gave you 6 numbers.
You gave me 7 numbers.
Let me reread it since you still have the note. My
Okay, we can
apologies.
just retcon this to 6 numbers. Which number doesn't need to be there?
Well, I have it. Ooh, I did give you 8 numbers. My apologies.
That was supposed to be 8. Oops.
8. You said 7.
I have 7 written down. So.
I gave you 8. I have 7. It's supposed to be 6. What? Which is it?
That's called. I accidentally started reading the next line, and you don't need to know that. It is 19, 8, 4, 3, 10, 1.
3, 10, 1. Okay, so 17 and 8 are out.
My apologies.
No worries.
Wow, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Line.
So, it sounds benign of what God has been doing with the Verosian Empire, but I know what he's done with the Marquette. And I still wonder, I'm pointing at God, still wonder whether or not you're actually working with the Marquette.
Okay, so hold on. What was in the note that he gave you?
He is doing what he did for the Marquette, for the Verosian Empire.
Crush
And
rocks.
that is, he is manipulating monies between noble families to raise or lower taxations in countries and cities and towns, basically corrupting governments.
I really don't feel like money is as hard as you all make it out to be.
Ooh.
Corrupting a government isn't as hard as we make it all out to be. But go on.
Money is makes it
Now, it sounds benign to me because
Yes,
it sounds like
the
I
word
just,
corruption is benign.
You're right.
but
Ting, as God has a piece of has a cooking pan on it, and threw a notebook in it, and is starting to, with no flame, but underneath it is kind of rolling the notebook inside of it.
Why?
He's cooking the book.
What?
Oh God. Okay, well done.
Why am I getting all
Well
these?
played. I don't know. That one.
What?
He's cooking the books.
I get it. She doesn't. No.
He's cooking a book.
He tops his nose towards you.
Oh.
So he's what?
My father will explain this to me when I was working back at the pub. He would have a documentation of all the people and the patrons that would come in and the requirements that he had to make to reimburse his spent costs and then profit. So he would separate those. I'm assuming that what he is doing is falsifying that information to give a better outcome.
He asked for the note in your hands.
Or a worse outcome.
And gives it over to you, Sparks. It's awkward.
I can tell
can't
you
read
what
this.
I can tell you what it says.
Okay. But for sake of simplicity, the note explains that it said already what you guys said. He cooks the books, and he also translates, thus deciphers messages that a lot of them that he doesn't understand, as they're only bits and pieces of information. He does not choose what comes in and what he has to decipher / calculate / investigate. He just gets papers and he has to deal with them. Based off of many...
He's not told the whole story.
Correct.
So you have actually no idea what it is you're doing.
The second part comes in. What he knows is that he changes, depending on their loyalty to the Verosian Empire, how harsh their taxation is going to be.
But if you're also deciphering codes, then that means that there's an entire subset of impact you have no knowledge of.
I love
Durgun.
He
espionage.
could be more dangerous than me, and you all seem fine with
Let's
it.
not get ahead of ourselves.
I said could be.
Durgun is going to get taxed very heavily, apparently.
Who cares?
I don't care either, but the thing is
He's
that
dangerous.
He looks at the dwarves who are listening in. Someone might.
He's dangerous, and you want to keep his thing, and you're thinking about not killing him, and I don't understand. You're all about survival.
What don't you
He's
understand?
not survival.
Well, actually, he was doing what he could to
No,
survive.
he's surviving. He's not our survival. He's a threat.
Why did you still work for them? You didn't have to.
He cocks his head and just keeps his eye on you.
He wouldn't be here if he did, I believe.
Your concepts of
So
loyalty
apparently
are
I'm here because of you, Ga. Apparently I thought I escaped. Apparently I didn't. So what is their harm if we let these governments deal with their petty things and you go away? Why would they come after us?
He starts scribbling on a piece of paper.
Because this is bigger than this is not the Marquette. This is the Verosians.
To hurt me, it says on the paper, they will hurt you.
And
Oh.
also, you aren't the only players that empire is worried about.
Yeah, that's a good point. Why are they so worried about you? They asked specifically about you.
It's a fantastic question. What do you want to know?
I thought you were
believe
going to
he
leave it
just
at that.
asked
It's a fantastic question.
I really
Start
was.
walking away.
But are you some big shot that knows something that they don't want you to know?
Oh God! If only that were it.
Oh, if only.
If only it was just what I knew.
So something you did. Or rather, you say you did.
I mean, being born is something he did, one could argue.
You can
Is
talk about it.
the Tempered Eye part of the Verosian Empire?
They are the blades in the dark of the Verosian Empire. And
So we have two sides of the Verosian Empire. We have the nobility and those that control governments, and then we have the darkness of the alleys and the sewers. Is that what you're saying?
no.
They
Darkness.
don't go in
You don't go into sewers. Never be caught dead in a sewer. No.
Not you. I was referring to the darkness and the evil that you're apparently.
Yeah, so sort of
So-
one and the
running
same.
from.
Can I try?
Go for it.
So you know how you're confused by my morals and his morals because we're not as upstanding as you seem to think that people need to be, even though he's
Hey!
Imagine
She's got something here. Shut up.
So imagine a really, really bad, deadly government who wants to use people like us to hunt people like us. So there's a bad version of him hunting him. So they wouldn't be caught dead in the sewers because he wouldn't be caught dead in the sewers.
So there's another bad one of me.
Doppelganger.
There's
No,
a one.
no.
There's one.
No. I'm saying there's a class that's like us, and then there's the class that's like you. The ones that are hunting us are not like you.
All right, but that brings up a good point.
I speak Ek.
She's not wrong.
that brings up a good point. Yes, you speak excellent. That brings
the
up a good
crunch.
point. Is that we don't know who we can trust.
We know we can't trust him, and that's my point.
And who else might be a doppelganger?
Oh, the doppelgangers are the least of your problems. Doppelgangers are cheap.
I've heard the stories that they not only take places of governments. Like I know that our good friend who had left, who was complaining that his country was being suppressed and pushed down, and his government was falling apart. And I'm wondering whether or not this is all connected.
Likely.
Probably.
You say they're cheap. Are they reusable? Like if we gather.
Frequently, yeah.
So could we like gather the?
Oh, not like that.
Oh, okay.
No, like reusable as in they can change skins. They go from one role to the next.
Then let's. Okay. Just wondered
Don't
if there was
they-
any
do they-
use in him.
I've
still.
heard call them wives' tales. I hear them. They are maidens' tales of that they not only can take the image, but they can take the powers of the person.
I see we've reached a misconception here. The doppelgangers are just one part of the tempered eye. The tempered eye don't. Like, this was an agent of convenience. This was one of their agents. They have dozens, hundreds of people of varying degrees of skill and power, all designed to further the advances and the designs of the Verosian Empire. And they report almost exclusively to my mother and people like her.
Ah. So, what do we do next?
First, we decide what to do with the traitor. Because whether or not he comes with us has to be decided before we can go. He's dangerous.
No matter
He
what.
reports things to people. Your people are so precious that we have to protect them according to something. And they also might hurt my bulettes. My precious babies.
What?
No, I'm not
Notice
around.
that the dwarf captain, the guard, is currently standing next to Eck along with one other soldier. Both weapons drawn, heavy bolters.
Eck or
Are
God?
they pointing at me?
And Ga.
Okay.
Oh.
You said the wrong name.
I apologize. No. Ga is currently sitting, and you notice that two of the dwarves have gently walked
They're
up
seeing
towards
the
them.
tension rising. And
They've been listening.
Okay, so you two, why are you here?
The individual that's been talking most of the time. You say that. Wrong ways. Yeah, you said this one was a traitor, causing all sorts of problems.
I said we're figuring it out, and I don't need you here.
You said that Dragoon is about to get taxed to hell.
You hope. That's what I'm getting
That
at.
is my own. If he did something to my home,
Then it's already done and you're in my way. We're trying to figure out what to do with him. If we decide to not do anything with him, he's yours.
Gun.
For now, back up.
Click.
Make an
Gun.
intimidation check.
Gun.
Also, the plant
Gun.
is out next to me. Like, remember I had the setup where I was like,
Your what?
my plant?
I heard plate. Plant.
Oh,
Okay.
plant. Yeah, I
Yes.
had plant too. I'm
Okay.
like, what?
No, but like the...
Yeah, it's
I-
still on the potted plant.
Right,
Yes, yeah.
so I just want my full intimidation factor to be recognized.
Okay, I
Gun.
have an idea.
Intimidate. Oh
So-
yeah, that's +8. Which is a 26.
All right.
I have an
Make
idea.
it 30. Gun.
Pointing at the guards.
I'm being intimidating.
I have an idea.
He just, I mean, you don't see, because his helmet is all covering everything, you just see his beard that is currently being waterboarded from underneath. So occasionally you see parts of his beard that are kind of just.
oh, that's right. I keep
Nothing
forgetting it was this
Have an idea?
It's a
this
weird storm.
unusual.
I have an
He
idea.
just kind of gently nods his head and just back up, giving one command word to dwarves to tell the other one to back up as well. Weapon still drawn though.
I have an idea.
Speak.
Ga,
He looks up.
you do your best to work with what you have with those papers, yes? How difficult would it be to make it convincing that you are doing your best,
To go the
but it's
other way.
incorrect?
I like
He looks
this.
down towards the corpse of the doppelganger.
Then, you're still doing your job. You get to keep him safe.
It's unfortunate.
You fuck up what they're working on. While we work to try and stop that.
He's nodding his head.
I never thought that you were a druid, Ga,
He twists his head.
because
Yeah, even I might.
with a little bit of work, you might become a mole.
I must be
That
tired.
was that was a bit of a stretch. That
Come on.
was-
I'm so proud of that.
I must be tired.
yeah, that was a
He
stretch.
puts
That was
a
pretty
phantom
good.
dagger in his chest.
All right, great. That solved that. I'll throw
Jojo.
it back. Throw it back the canister.
Catches it. Well, actually, sorry, no. With this dexterity, it hits him.
Okay,
It hits the floor. Picks it up.
How?
I understand. You have your priorities. Anything happens,
If anything happens, I can make you live through the suffering of you believing that Ek dies eternally in your mind
which actually he will probably.
without touching him.
If anything happens,
That's scary.
I've been trying to say that the whole time.
if anything happens,
really scary. It's like
that this party is threatened, that my city is threatened.
This party is threatened. Your city is threatened. It has nothing to do with him. Go on.
He finishes writing the sentence that he was writing while listening. Lifts it up towards Nicholas. I've already seen that. And I have it every night.
I will make you live it until it kills you.
He puts his hand on his chest.
So with that, could you two set the terms of me killing him, and I'm going to go to bed.
what? Wait.
What?
There are certain terms in which I kill him. There are certain terms in which I don't. You two have elaborate ideas about him being useful and not hurting us.
If he betrays us,
I vote we make a
Openly.
sex problem.
if he betrays us openly, then I deem it necessary to cut loose ties. If he is doing his job to try and dissuade and, for lack of a better term, keep the tempered eye off of our backs for a while, then I see no issue in you continuing your work.
And then the thing about taxes for the Gardoon thing. Why does that need to happen?
We can save an entire city all of their impoverished population, a great deal of time and effort and trouble. And
Especially since it stood for hundreds of years.
And let's be clear where my motivations lie. We can fuck with the Rosian Empire just a little bit. Like, if we can deprive them of a little bit of money, I'm all for it.
Okay.
And just
Petty
a little
revenge.
bit of a loose screw.
Something about
There's
kindness.
nothing petty about this. It's more than $1,000.
What-
This is grand.
What is the Vrosian
How much
Empire?
is
Why is
$1,000?
For example, we have the ability to throw a loose nuts into their cogs.
But what has the Vrosian Empire done that is so bad?
Well, they're hunting
Are
him
you
and they're
kidding?
hunting you.
But-
They basically slaughtered my entire civilization.
Ooh, that's a thing. That's bigger. You have a thing about
They
genocide.
enslaved
so that's
an entire.
bad.
They
They
enslaved
don't mean
multiple
enslaved,
populations,
tried to slaughter
including
us.
this population that we collectively have put into danger. Where did Drake get morals? I'm gonna shut the hell up.
I rub off on people.
Don't do that. I need a shower.
Yeah, it's coming up underneath us right now.
Also, having someone more morally gray than you because they have no concept of this world, that seems to really be doing it for you. You're like, I get to be condescending and explain something while being moral.
But yes,
So that gets us into my question. Another question, which is the same one. What do we do next? The next is, can we have you doctor those letters that you send to make them think that you are still on their side and that they keeps them off of our backs, and then we find our next thing is where to get to your city.
I think I might be able to use this to try and help.
What is
And I
this?
don't know why. Excuse me. It's just
Damn it! Come here.
Almost
Hold the
like a
octopus
small-
up, and the octopus is reaching for it.
Like a small child against a father figure.
In those moments, I really wish I had levitate. Just little.
Yeah. What he's holding is about this size ball of metal. It's still dimly lit, but the basics of you. Now that you're a little closer, you're starting to hear,
What?
and then others,
Oh.
just layers and layers of ticking clocks.
Wait. No. Ticking ball. I'm gonna go the other way.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not just a single tick.
Wait.
If I can continue.
Sorry.
It is the thousands of ticks of clocks. Layers and layers of clock. Not loud, just omnipresent and very low. As you see various parts of the ball continue to turn, as you see cogs. Some of them outwards, the outside of the main ball, and most of them are actually making the entire ball itself of thousands and thousands of tiny cogs.
I have no idea what this is, but I found it in a abandoned dwarven vault. Remember that one?
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's getting perforated by the arrows.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yes.
That's why I stood back.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I had your back in my sights as
By-
I watched the arrows penetrate your back.
Your back just
Yes.
got punched twice.
But
We all
I do
remember that.
remember that is, but what we still don't even know what it ultimately can do. You're holding that's like me digging into one of my packs here and going, oh, you're all right.
My cramp!
Leg cramp. Oh.
Leg, thigh cramp! Fuck! Oh!
Ah, it looks like our DM has just rolled a 1.
And don't you wish we had commercial breaks?
Yeah! Oh, happiness!
And now for something completely different.
Oh,
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay, you're off camera, sort of.
Yeah.
Not really. The moaning and the
it is a
groaning really
360.
doesn't,
So,
Damn it.
oh, reach down to,
I am not that out of shape, thank you.
no. No,
I
it doesn't.
think the last 30 seconds makes a difference.
Yeah, I know.
dude, water, magnesium.
I'm going to intentionally use the next time.
Do it! Hi!
Oh, well, we could take a break if you need to.
Okay, hold on. It's gone now, but let's see if it
Okay.
returns.
Yeah, don't let it crunch down. So
Yeah.
that's the thing, is you're retracting that leg. So
Okay.
yeah, those suck. Just stand for a little while.
Yeah.
It's okay, it's 360 camera, it'll catch you.
Yep. And I can adjust the camera for. Hey, welcome to
Sorry for the.
It's okay.
live recording.
I think it's probably fine.
Anyways,
Hi.
That's a nice sheen of sweat you got going on there.
Oh yes, I get.
you really get into D&D, man.
Yeah. I really get into D&D.
That emotional pain is both physical. You really got to get into it.
So I would like to go up to the guards with their weapons out.
They're currently just in the distance right now. Yep.
For sure. But I just kind of saunter over to them full of self-importance and annoyance at this whole situation. And
They stop moving as soon as you start making their way towards them, which is no more than 50.
She can still see you if you don't move.
no, it's you guys.
You hear a little dwarven cuss.
So, the taxes thing is something that's going to be resolved if you don't kill him. If you do kill him, then the taxes are going to be high and your people will be impoverished and everyone will likely starve. So, don't kill him. I have a threat against his life that basically plays on every existential fear that has led to all of the decisions he has made in his adult life. So, I trust that he will follow through. Okay?
A long moment pause. As this man, this dwarf, clearly much shorter than you.
Yeah.
If I get even the slightest hint that his loyalties are unfaltered for that blasted king that took my city, I will not hesitate to kill him, even if it costs me my own life.
As long as you understand that it would cost you your life, that's fine.
Funny, we were just
Then
having
we
the same
understand
conversation.
each other.
Cool. However, he is incredibly loyal to the other turtle, so they're doing a family thing. I don't understand it, but it's...
He seems clearly unconvinced.
Yeah.
But don't worry, so are we.
But if the taxes go up, kill him. the taxes aren't going to go up. He's terrified of me. I'm going to go take a nap and let them continue discussing things. So, just letting you know, that's our arrangement. If the taxes go up, find him, kill him, I don't care.
Roll a general persuasion check for the entire thing.
Okay.
Now that she's walked away, Drake, continue with this.
Yeah, sure.
What?
15.
Okay. You walk away. The conversation went the way it did.
Here, just
What?
yes, I can absolutely help you. Take my guidance down.
What? Did we ever figure out what that thing does?
No, that's why I'm going to look at it right now.
Oh,
We're not moving until dawn.
very good. So let's set up camp.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you guys need cover.
Yeah, I need to
I'm-
recover.
there was-
Just so we're clear on that.
So there was like a little level that had a tree on it on the last map. I'm on that level, so I'm a step, like I'm 5 feet above everybody else. I've got the plant on one side. I'm summoning my guard dog on the other side, and y'all fuckers leave me alone. So,
The tree that you choose actually gets a little bit darker over there.
And everyone commence jello wiggling.
oh, that was the thing.
It was?
I summoned, no, not you. I summoned Shatter, by the way.
Okay.
Shatter is composed of the concept of betrayal, and he...
Oh my god! You have a book?
So do you.
Well, no. Yeah, mine's a notes of art that I'm taking in the game. It's not a concepts of. Never mind.
Here's
Wow.
the dogs. Here's the notes related to the game. Like, calm yourself. I just didn't... Like, I had to do all the digging for what Trouble was made out of last time. So I wrote them all down, not in my text stream with Nick. That's all.
I feel like you're not true into D&D if you don't have a book for a campaign. I can actually a book.
It just warmed my heart that you take notes.
This does my kill counter.
All right.
So, Shatter is nearly transparent, like, but basically you get, like, as you turn, there's kind of like that waver that happens when you're in
the predator silhouette.
Yeah, kind of. And also, like, you always know that you're looking at him because it elicits a strong emotional response, as though you've been stabbed in the back by a childhood friend.
I don't know if I like this.
Right? Okay, so
If
I'm
you
helping
don't
you.
look at him,
figure
it
the thing out.
immediately
Anyways,
goes away.
I'm helping you, and you can take my so roll with advantage, and you can take my guidance.
I'm
dice.
looking intently into this ball. I'm trying to investigate it.
Make an investigation check.
Because I don't know what it is or what it does.
I'm helping.
How interesting that Spark says, "Oh, I have this unidentified item that can help us right now."
I have a sneaky suspicion it might help. I don't know. That's why I'm trying to figure it out. Otherwise, it doesn't matter because we're not moving till dawn anyways.
Unless it can help, I'm looking at it again. Unless it can. And I walk over, so my back is now facing away from her. So
As it should be.
So that's going to be a 17.
I'm just gonna assume I don't see the dog.
Okay.
Because you don't have a childhood friend. You see the waiver, you don't get the emotional response.
So it's a 17 on my investigation.
For you, it's that sense of loss of not ever knowing something.
ouch.
I'm trying to remember where I wrote it down. It's this specific document here.
No, I was thinking it would be somehow be comforting because it would be normal.
Ouch.
Better!
Like, hey, I like this one. What is this one?
17. So the
It
information
really
that I
does
already
remind
told,
me of my child. Oh.
so the information that I told you and Drake, you already know about. As you are inspecting this, you notice that there are several amongst the metal, bent metal structure of this. It's definitely formed and seamless. The whole thing is not made of cogs, but it almost looks like it. And as you're looking towards it, you notice that there are a couple areas that make bigger and smaller circles, as if almost things can open up, but you do not see any way to open it. You don't see anything to interact with it, and the various cogs are clicking on the outside. You try to stop one of them just to see how strong it is, and even with your impressive strength, it just continues and continues, and you pull your fingers away in fear that it might actually draw into the inner workings, mulching your hand. As 5 minutes, 10 minutes go in, Drake, you notice that he's just staring at it.
So he's not actually interacting even though he thinks he is?
He started to interact with it, but after about 5 minutes of it, he continues turning, and then he just stops and just looks at it.
There you
As the ticking, are we okay?
Mm-hmm.
As the ticking upon layers of ticking of tens to hundreds of cogs, wheels, turning.
Zoom.
You feel the inner workings of the
Enhance.
chest start to hum with it. Clicking, the all movement inside your own body start to match the rhythm of this object.
Okay. So I see this going on. Look around. Is anybody else paying attention?
Currently, no.
Okay, fantastic. Dragon Mark. Like do the full like avatar mode, full powers of creation.
Technically, I'm there, so because I was just.
You've seen this before.
Oh, all right.
All right. So you saw it in the Mind Flayer in the
I'm assuming I'm just completely detached at
right,
this
right.
point.
And then give it to him.
Okay, what are you doing?
So if the whatever next roll he rolls, let's just call it he's got guidance, but also I'm trying to give him any story-wise advantage I can give him, any help I can give him, but also you can take my Flash of Genius if you want.
Which is what?
Get a +4 to any ability check.
As you place it onto him, as you transfer the energies, and try to help him in any way, shape, or form, unknowing what he might be going through, as not much and not many history, or not many books have been written about the Warforged, especially since on the opposite side of the war, and also since they are so new as a race. He continues to stare deeply into the ball, unwavered, unmoving.
Make another investigation, I guess.
You wait another 2 minutes, still not moving. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
And 4.
Please, because I've got a -2 to it. But it's a saving throw. I get D6.
Without the flash of genius, just the Dragon Mark thing. Because the flash of genius is a reactionary thing, and unfortunately, this is a overall thing.
Okay, so
not blessed.
so you tell me what the Dragon Mark thing does for him, like, because it doesn't actually have a.
Oh, and then just do a saving throw with your abilities. Because unfortunately, that's not going to help.
Okay. What about? Do I get inspiration or no?
No, that's you
But you
don't.
did
Yeah,
have
apparently,
guidance.
I'm not helping you. Guidance doesn't help
Oh,
save.
guidance. That's what it is.
No, it doesn't.
That's okay. I've got a D6 with
It
me.
was a good try, but it doesn't. It doesn't help everything.
That'd be a 10. It was a 12 and that's a 10.
Even with your brutal thing.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, shit.
I rolled a 1 on this. My D6.
Oh.
I've got a -2 to it. What do you want from me? Wisdom is not my strength.
Did you just start throwing some Bronx in there? Got a -2. What do you want from me?
My wisdom's a 6. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to use Indomitable. I'm going to reroll that because that sucked.
Okay.
Oh, he's using Indomitable. This is
Yeah.
the time to use it.
That's better. So that'd be a 15.
15? Okay. A better part of 30 minutes in total go by as you're still watching it, waiting for something to happen.
Sure.
So you're what, 3 cocktails in?
The eye is just flickering between yellow and red and blue.
No.
You didn't get a rainbow pattern that goes around in a circle.
His eyes, about 15 minutes into it, completely black out. Sparks.
Shutting down.
As the rhythm continues and grows and boils, your entire body seems to feel like it's shaking, but on the outside it's not. As it begins to move and turn and twist and click and reshape, you feel it move up and spread to your extremities, to your fingers, to your legs, to your head, to your mind. As you feel an omnipresence as these ticking noises continue everywhere. It drowns out everything. All the rain, all the movement, the crackling of the fire, it has consumed you in entirety.
I mean, it was in a vault for a reason.
You don't know how long you don't know how long. But then you realize you need to pull out. Something doesn't feel right. You shouldn't be here. Almost like a grinding of a cog that doesn't belong. You begin to unwind, stop, and try to clock back. And almost like a breaking of a wheel, you're back. The eyes flare out, and it drops out of your hand.
Back in the bag.
What happened? You don't have to.
God. Just sit down, hold my head.
I've never seen this. I've never seen, even when you're resting, your eyes to not be lit. They just went black.
Where did we get that thing?
Where did we get that?
In a highly guarded vault.
It was
very strongly trapped, and it was.
It was a dwarven vault. We found a set of 8 of them. So a set of 8 of the vaults were in the abandoned area where we were going to go take out the cultists. Remember that? Where Varian died?
Varian...
He died, but was remade.
He was remade. Don't know if he's still Varian.
He's buried.
Have you ever heard of an Earthborn?
Nope.
Apparently they are possibly a merge of a human and an elemental.
Like,
You know what's called an
one more time.
And Barian used to be one of our companions. But
Like an Asimar, but for elementals?
Kinda.
mm-hmm.
Are you able to cast
And
That's a fantastic question. I need to have
if those who are trying to speaking to the fourth wall.
No, but I can in the morning.
Thank you.
Those who are trying to find Earthborn in the canon, it doesn't exist. Except this canon in this campaign.
We don't have a cannon. We don't have a cannon.
Speak
if we
for
did,
yourself.
I'm not to get on my back.
I have a cannon.
I am a cannon.
You are the cannon. You are the brood squad. No, I can identify in the morning. I have a headache. I'm gonna go lay down.
I'm still hurt. I'm still hurt.
But the Bay Elf is too weird for them to process. Like, what is?
I am still hurt from our battle with the Black Dragon. I was thinking about filling up my portable shithole with water and sleeping in it.
It's not a bad idea.
The water might fall out of it though, because water's going up.
There's only one way.
Entire.
But if I put it in there, I wonder.
You still see the river.
Oh,
Slow, but moving.
Can I even close it if I have all filled with water? I'm not sure.
500 pounds of water.
I don't know how much it holds.
Ooh, honestly,
I just know
500
it's
pounds of water isn't actually all
It
that
should
bad.
stay on that.
500 gallons.
Okay.
What?
But
What
would I actually know? I mean, even just because I have the item doesn't mean that I know how it works.
500 pounds of water is like.
Or mechanical wise, you can play it as you want.
All right. Because I honestly don't know. And it's probably listed on here, but I physically don't know.
Look it up, aren't you?
I just know it's big around. Oh, we have to be careful though. I don't have a bag of holding on me, do
You could go sleep in them with them.
That's true.
I? I have to make sure I do not have a bag of holding on me. This would be bad.
I really
Very
think you
bad.
should just sleep in the river. Just.
True. The river is a comfortable place. Good. I don't have a bag of holding. Now, remind me. This is to every one of you as I'm going into the pond, into the river. If I ever get a bag of holding, never let me ever to. Then I can speak in Aquan when I get down to here.
1 gallon's 8 pounds.
No worries about it. I'm not going to do it. I go. Let's make some comfortable, as long as it's not too cold.
It's a little cold, but you're used to it.
All right. It's not like. It's
But
not,
so
it's
is
not
that-
like glacier melt water.
No, it's not.
We're definitely we got too much jungle here and such. It's not that. It's not. We're not in the cold, frigid climes of the north. Well, I think it's. But can we trust you, Ga? To do your best to be deceptive.
And just
Puts
60
up his
gallons.
arms.
That's it.
All right. We're putting a lot of trust in my brother.
I mean, you're threatening to murder your brother, but
So, but it got me this far. All right. Let's all make camp.
The camp is already
We'll
been
see
made.
each other in the morning.
You say that as you see the various camps that have already been made by the crewmates across the side of the beach.
I wasn't talking to them. I was talking to
I mean,
us.
I've been passed
You've
out for
already-
ages.
That's right. I look back and recognize with great amazement how well they did at what I asked of them. And I stick my head under the water.
Much quieter under the water. But since you're there, you also notice that. Never mind, your passive perception is not high enough.
All right.
Yep. But you go under the water. It's
Right.
silent. It's natural.
Well, I would imagine it's moving. It's not silent, but it's
It's a slow moving river.
all right. It's
But
very
it's
slow.
a
All right.
sizable wide river.
Right. Well, so we have a. Shall we? Yes. Let the darkness take us.
Don't let the darkness take you. Alright.
Do not go quiet into that
Is there
river.
anything you guys would like to continue or finish before the next dawn? Before you enter the evening, because it is, I would say, after all of this, about the afternoon.
Was it?
Yeah, because it was the morning, slightly past morning, and then you guys got attacked and crash landed.
I thought we got attacked in the middle of the night.
No, it was a storm. So there was a storm
Dark.
going on. You teleported, and it was night. People worked through the night to the next day, and then you guys got attacked.
Mm-hmm. It's
Okay.
it's
Everybody
certainly
was about
it's certainly
to go down
not
to sleep,
it's
and
not bright
then
and
you
sunny
tell
of it.
People are currently resting and gathering their senses.
I'm hurt from the
Oh, I can definitely take a break.
Oh,
yes.
I'm super resting. I am going to send a memory to Aranat, my second in command, and it's largely going to be his suffering and the threats against Ga, and
This is using your lantern, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to record that memory, but then I'm going to send I'm going to use my sending stone,
Okay.
that whole thing, and I'm going to pass that to Aranat specifically.
The lantern. What is that again?
The-
Since I'm not there to see it, but I'm sure it's not just a standard.
The lantern has never been described in this setting yet.
Oh, all right.
Um,
Well then, can you describe
No, I definitely used it
You
on
used
the
it-
ship. In
Yeah,
front
yeah.
of
Didn't
at
have we
least
all
these
seen it?
two.
She's hold it up, and she's like, focus on this little dot.
Yeah,
And we're all
I made people
It's a
remember.
black lantern with very small little, about
It's
5
made of
almost like
wrought iron,
ghosty woods.
Um,
Yeah.
and it has up to 6 glowing lights in it, of whatever color I determine.
Flip it.
And then, you get.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's one of those things where I shove memories in it, and then it has a connection to the Fae, but we don't need to go into it right now.
No. Yeah. Anyway, so you do that. The sending stone goes to the specific department that it is connected to, which happens to be in the area that all your connections are.
Okay, so this keeps shifting every time that I try to use it, and I would like us to
The
win.
sending stone is connected to, think of it like a telephone center. It goes to a specific area. It's not like you're casting sending.
Yeah, I figured out later.
It functions like a normal sending stone, except that it has no matching sending stone and allows communication with head office, specific secretarians you know, or the secretarian nearest your location.
You're calling the operator.
You're calling the operator. That's what it...
But it says specific ones that I know, and we've done this
Yeah, yeah.
before where I've sent it specifically to Aranat or specifically to
They're both at the same call center, essentially.
Does that mean that it's not a restricted line? Because
No.
that's...
Then I'm just letting you know it's the same call center.
Okay.
The two people that you're going to is going to the same call center.
Okay. As long as this is going to Aranat and not the Master of Grief, because the Master...
Yeah.
I don't want the Master of Grief to know this.
Yeah, that's a different call center. That's a, that's a different phone call.
This lady's got issues.
Right? Imagine like you're walking by her tent in the middle of the night. No, I don't want to talk to Master Grief. Give me the person I talk to. Connect the call. Thank you.
Okay, so coming from Captain Mommy Issues, he of the great genocide, and oh brother, my brother, I don't want to hear that I'm the one with issues, y'all.
You have the great genocide. I'm gonna like that actually.
Yes.
Yeah, you're the normal one of the bunch.
I'm not saying I'm normal. I'm just saying there's a lot of stone throwing from a very glass houses.
There's some very drunk dwarves right now.
Oh, have they drained the 100 gallons of keg?
They're working on it. They're working on it.
They've viewed it more as like a challenge now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, drain the keg and you win.
That's right. I come back up and realize, I could get a jump start on my healing. Anyone have some ale? Oh, thank you.
75 gallons.
Yep, they've gone through
Because I'm
about
going to
20.
bed, so
They're
I'm just going
dwarves.
to jump start on my healing. Because I can heal some back each day.
Also, have I heard anything back from the last... I sent something to the Crystal Memory area
Yeah.
about
This
Nico.
one was involving about the Nico.
Yep.
Of the short time... Oh no, this is
4.
the same day.
Yeah, but just I'm reminding you that it's a thing,
Yeah.
and
That
every
means-
time that I actively
Yeah,
do
that
something, I
means the
check
sending
it.
stone, because the sending stone can only be activated once a day.
12.
Next dawn. So I'll send it to Aranat
Yeah, okay.
the next dawn.
So yeah, unfortunately I used it today, but after a long rest, anyway. So
Yeah.
we'll get to that in a moment. No, a message has not returned yet, as it's only been a few hours. And time gets weird when you go to from this plane of existence to the Feywild / Shelf.
Right.
Anyway. Anything else for the long rest? Or are you taking a short rest?
Taking a long rest.
Understood. It is up to
My
you
dog
if you
will
want to
fight you
pass
for
out,
it.
take a nap, or just to take whatever long rest you are, because, well, no, you guys are pretty tired after a drop / rock fight.
I am passed out with puppy protection. So
There's a drunk in there somewhere.
Is there anyone watching?
Yes.
Dog.
The dwarves.
I am
Yes,
eternally.
the dwarf guards are definitely watching.
My vision is eternal.
Are you taking a long rest?
Yes,
Then make a perception check at disadvantage because you can't turn your head.
that's fine. I was rendered inert for a good chunk of time there.
And also it's dark.
I mean,
I'm
also I have someone who is vigilant for the next 8 hours and will bark.
Correct, as soon as they get within contact, or within a certain X feet.
Yes, 15 feet.
I have dry vision.
You do, because you have your head, but you still have disadvantage because you can't turn your head.
That's okay. It was a roll of 17 and an 18,
Okay,
Wow.
after your perception check.
which is not great.
Yeah, I know.
But I am proficient,
hmm
which gives it a +2, so that turns it into a 19,
Okay.
which is not bad for not being able to turn your head. My vision is eternal.
As long as I'm facing the right way.
So,
And then for the first 4 hours, I'm doing the deep sleep, you can't move me thing, and then I'm gonna go into like the elvish meditative trance for
yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
Play with your
Jello.
medieval
Lava
1960s lava lamp.
I mean, I'd probably. What would be more likely is I have the plant out and I cast infestation on it so it can eat the bugs and.
Oh, God.
just general plant care.
So,
issues.
hearing a strange monstrosity of crunching sounds and tiny insect squeals.
That's why I didn't get a 20.
Yep.
Yes.
I'll take the blend.
Your eyes start to wander, though you aren't able to move. You start to look towards the plant life of the mountains, the trees, the pines. Tall and unnatural tall. You've never seen trees these tall before.
It's like you're in the Pacific Northwest.
80 feet, 100 feet tall? These things are massive. You didn't notice it before because it's pretty dark here, and there's a storm going on.
And those
And
pesky dragons.
You start to look at the plants that have these strange, very big, wide leaves. They're almost about 5 feet in length when they're curling over. These plants are big. All the plants here are big. And you haven't seen many plants like these before. That's all you get from a 19 perception. Apart from that, the guards continue to watch. They take their turns. They take a little bit of rest themselves, but they only take a short rest because they did not get hit as much as you did. But they did expend pretty much everything they had. But they know that this is uncharted territory, and they are not going to just let it be. So, nothing happens for the next 8 hours. You get a long rest.
Woo!
Restore all your hit points to match them. Get half the number of hit points if you spend any, which you haven't. And any spell slots and abilities that you get normally from a short or long rest.
I don't have to spend any hit dice to gain my hit points back, right?
No, you get it on long rest, you're good.
Long rest, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Short rest.
Autumn.
Understood. You take the appearance of autumn.
Oof, got my rages back too. Oof, boy.
And at the end of the 8 hours, as you finish your elven meditation, you hear a small little, almost like a scream, as your puppy escapes.
Where is Mount Blackviews? In relation to where the river is heading, where is Mount Blackviews?
First of all, actually it hasn't been the end of the day. You just took a long rest. So it is still, no, roll another d20. Let's see if the storm is still going.
2.
2.
So much spell.
The weather over the next 8 hours has miraculously changed.
Manastorm.
Eventually, the rain from the floor all the way to the heavens above stopped entirely. A few more hours pass and the lightning stops, and the clouds start to dissipate and become black to gray to white, and then they open up, letting through the last bits of daylight coming through, receiving the golden hours that are hitting the peaks of the mountains as you see birds flying. Seeing a couple of what looks to be draconic figures. Not actual dragons, but different type of dragon. You see a wyvern in the distance flying. The eagle. And what looks to be several snakes with wings on the side of them, gliding through the air.
That's not something you see every day.
And now that all of you have stirring and waking and beginning to move to where you wish to do, all the wildlife here is old, ancient. You've never seen plants like these before. They're unnaturally thick or very healthy. They've been, as it is a full-on jungle, but in the midst of a valley with a river going down it, that's giving it a little bit of a breakage in terms of the nature around you. You notice that is not even like 15 feet to the left or right of the river, as it immediately starts climbing up these mountains, that the wildlife is greedily growing. They're tall, thick, and relentless.
You said climbing up the mountain is in like a descriptor of what we see looking up, not
Correct.
like we're moving.
No,
Okay.
they're not actually moving. That's some trees.
No. She was referring to we're not moving. We're seeing them.
This is like literally you doing this, and you're seeing this trees just.
Okay.
Where is Matt Black use?
Make a nature check.
Are we in the morning hours or are we in the?
You are in the evening hours.
All right.
It's about to hit nightfall, as you took an 8-hour rest in the middle of the day.
Gotcha.
That'd be a 9.
A 9. You have no idea. You are not a.
Do we travel at night? Do we travel during the?
But you
Sorry.
do notice that the river
I'm
is going
indifferent tonight.
one direction versus another. So, apart from anything basic, you know there's an upstream and a downstream.
Did we believe that we were going to go upstream or downstream? Because we're kind of in the middle right now.
We believed that you were making decisions about where this was.
And when we get there, do we have someone we're trying to find? Or do
Well,
we?
Downstream would just go to the ocean or to another river.
So we're looking for the head of the river,
Right.
which
So
is
let's
the
go
head of
upstream.
this something serpent.
Oh, because
Beneath
that was
the
the description. The
black
head of
face.
the certain serpent.
Thought we weren't saying that out loud around a bunch of people who we didn't know if we could trust because there was a lot of mind fuckery going on.
Right now, I'm less concerned about that now that we've dealt with a good chunk, I believe.
Ooh, ye of great faith. Go on.
I think we're all right for the time being, anyways.
Is Goss
Also
still
thought we
there?
were alright when you
He's
took the
still there.
papers, but you know.
That's why I don't have them anymore.
He's currently going up to the plants, checking them, breaking them, looking at them.
That's what happens when it's magically infused.
So, know something different about these plants? Are they? They're not sentient, are they? They don't.
Oh.
Does my plant look offended when he says that these other ones might be sentient?
Again, it's
Well,
I was going to ask how a plant would look offended, but you know what? I'll allow it.
we'll need to head upstream then.
I don't have stats for my plant, or never mind. I understand.
Well, no, you don't. Yeah.
I mean, I should at some point, but
When you
16.
figure out a little bit more.
16.
16?
I don't.
It's a plant. It either didn't care or the subtleties of
I
listening.
accept that.
Yeah.
Subtleties of the leaf.
A leaf
Motions
was
or-
something unreadable.
I mean, like,
So
it's
shall
got
we?
weird tentacly bits that I assumed could be like snapping in true agitation, so it's at least not that angry.
Yeah.
That's kind
It's
of
not outright rage.
Should we-
Outrage induced, I will say.
yeah.
Should we travel at night? Can everyone see in the dark?
They're dwarves.
The octopus can.
I'm talking about us. I'm not.
I think we're good.
We're not taking the dwarves.
No, the dwarves are staying here, right?
The dwarves are doing
I thought the
whatever
dwarves
they're.
were coming with us.
I was under the
We're
impression
going
they were
to
with us
take
as well.
them to the city that we're trying to protect.
Rather than leave them here to die,
Or tell them where we're going when they
Right.
show up eventually to pick them up.
they know
Yeah.
enough to be dangerous. We gave them the choice, if I recall.
Yes, we did.
Last conversation with the captain, which he's currently just kind of checking the crew to make sure they're okay. A couple of the crew are checking out, but he's currently checking. But the last conversation, it was all over the place, but the end result, based off of his decision, is that that they will follow you until you say otherwise.
It's
That
probably
conversation
safer
was
to.
also pre-doppelganger.
True.
Sure.
It's probably better to keep them with us, though. They're strong warriors.
They've proven their worth.
We will be leading towards a bunch of rage-heavy, overly
Well, let's-
xenophobic robot people who
It
tried.
doesn't. Okay, so if we're going to enter into
You're one of the doors. What?
we're going to enter into the city
right.
of the xenophobic robots, the ones that hate people who look similar to me, I'd like to have a whole lot more of things that look similar to the meaty flesh bags.
Right, but
But-
they owe us.
Look, I'm already part one of them, and I throw up my big metal foot.
On one of the rocks nearby.
They owe us.
Who does?
Those
You're-
robots.
Your robots.
For what?
They're not robots.
The
They're-
eggs, the Bulette eggs things.
They owe you.
I mean, that's the same as owing us. I extend my protection to you all on a regular
How
basis.
magnanimous of you.
You're the one that made the deal to be a bullet rider. Odds are, they probably haven't even hatched yet.
That's not my point. I'm saying the xenophobic robots don't have a reason to not
Robots.
kill the dwarves. They do have a reason to not kill us.
I vouch for them, therefore they will not be harmed. So
Let's assume that works.
Okay.
I'm taking it upon myself and putting Snare's name on the line as well, who vouched for me, and vouching for these. If something goes wrong with them, odds are I'll probably die as well.
Cool. That also means that if they turn on the dwarves, you'll be standing to defend the dwarves, I'm assuming, right?
Most likely.
Okay, so you're in charge of PR in this instance. Go for it.
We're in trouble.
I mean, we're going to the city run by my people, so...
It's essentially like going to the hood.
Excuse me?
You're walking a dangerous line there, David.
No, keep going.
No,
I'm curious where this
It's
goes.
his kind of people. He's going to talk to his fellow man.
You saved that rather elegantly. Wow. I was this close from smacking you with the flat of my blade.
I've
That's what I
already
was thinking.
agreed That as long
Again,
as
Ga is
you're-
always so eloquent. Ek is not.
If you're walking that line thinner.
As long as you're the one in charge of it, and it's not my neck on the line to protect the dwarves or the robots, then let's go for it.
Don't call them robots.
Give me a
They're
different
not
name
robots.
for them.
Warforged! You can call them what they are!
Tauntauns. Are they steam forge?
That's the... You've corrected me when I called them Warforged, because they're a specific kind of Warforged, and you all look the same, so I don't know what you want from me.
We're all Warforged, technically. We're all forged.
Then don't correct me when I say Warforged next time.
Well, he Snare was a gear forge. It's like the difference between...
Let's
Twirl-
not bend gears here now, shall we?
Shut up. Only I can say that. You're not mechanical. Don't even try to go there.
I accept people calling me an elf. I accept people calling me from the Fae. I recognize that there's nuances to these things that you people don't understand. You don't extend the same courtesy. Get out of your own ass.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you're the one that brought up the race car.
It was not race. I was saying you're going to your neighborhood. You're going to where your people. You will know to talk to them.
Why'd you say it like that then?
I did.
But you didn't.
Well, I sure did.
Can we get playback on that? Stenographer?
Ek is clear that he did.
As you guys look off to the side, you notice that there's a line of all the crew members and the captain and the still living third mate as this orcish individual that has patched up whatever remains of his vest is, and they're just kind of looking at you. Are we going?
Let's go. Let's go. And I want to know, what are we doing when we get there? Other than you talk to them.
I'm going to try and see if I can figure out what the hell this thing is. So, that's a start.
All right. Let's...
And help out where we can. We'll see. I don't quite know yet.
Well-
I haven't gotten that far.
You in front?
Yeah, I'd much rather
Sure.
shoot at him.
Yeah. I'll be in front. Might as well lead.
Let's go. At nighttime?
That's fine.
With it being nighttime, I'm going to take my old backpack, since all my other stuff is in the bag of holding, and I'm going to put Plant in backpack.
Okay.
Also, I would advise.
Drake's sitting there with Hemingway on his backpack going, cat.
I'm gonna
The
make sure.
plant's head.
Right, but Hemingway's sitting there with a ray gun going,
As if it has the optimal face.
I mean, so technically it's an aberrant monstrosity thing, so couldn't its mouth be here? Just saying.
Give it a few sessions.
For the cartoon effect.
Yeah.
I'm going to be talking to each and every one before we leave, and just openly. I would advise you to not attempt to be stealthy
Oh, good! I got this.
The likelihood of us attempting to be stealthy and then being taken as hostile is high. So let's avoid being stealthy.
Seeing all these wide-brimmed drawers.
That's why I say stealthy.
Yeah. A couple of them look at each other, and you hear a couple of cars, and starts moving, with this heavy chainmail that is just moving back and up and down.
I take 1 step, they take 4. Step 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 2, 3, 4. Step.
All right.
7 foot versus 4
As
foot.
you guys begin to move upstream or downstream?
Upstream.
We're going upstream. We're going to the
Upstream.
head of the
Toward the head of the river.
Very well. As you guys begin to move, hopefully in the right direction towards this hidden city.
If we don't, we just go down the river.
Right?
You got 2 directions, a 50-50 shot.
One's easier to go the other way.
Yes. As you guys begin to move and leaving the corpse of this doppelganger on the side of the river.
We should probably bury that. Burn it.
You stop the movement.
We should probably burn that.
Seeing the rest of the ship
Someone-
half sunken to one side. Many of the sails that have fallen over either during the
But burning
transit.
it, I mean, first just throw it in the river.
Just kick it in the river.
Just
throw
kick
it
it in the river.
Let it float.
One of the dwarven guards and just almost tries to shot put it with one of his foot. And it only goes about 5 feet, but which is enough. As it gently just starts going down the river.
That'll do.
That way it looks like a casualty
Yeah.
of the
It
battle.
looks like
Instead
a
of a
casualty
burning
of-
would say
You also hear
that someone else did it.
as the dwarf spits towards it.
Good. Anyone want some jerky?
It's gonna be a long ride.
I take some, and I also offer some to my plant. Like, I take it, and
Okay. I was about to say make a dex check.
And the camera slowly pan
Not
out
gonna do that.
along the river. Up
You
to
hear
the
a crunching and twisting and tearing of jerky flesh as it gets tracked underneath the soil. You guys begin to travel, and that's where we're going to take a small break, everyone.
As the camera pans back, looking at us marching up a river, which is snaking a painfully long way.
Right, and then the
to
camera
the
pans the
Buc-ee's.
other direction down the river where there's a city.
Just literally a mile away.
It's around the corner.
All right.
Why didn't no one come to our aid when there's a crashing ship?
Well,
because they're xenophobic robots.
We'll call them robots. And apply slave.
let's say goodbye.
See you next time, everyone. We're going to take a small break. I'm going to go to the restroom. I'm going to take some pen medication because of cramp. I hope you enjoyed it, and let's see what happens with this roller
Boy,
coaster.
there's a lot of intrigue.
So many things happening at once. We need
Wow.
to comment on
Plot
it.
hooks everywhere!
Yeah.
All right.
Too many to see. Anyway, take care. Have a lovely night. Stay healthy. Stay safe. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.